Hey everyone, welcome to the Childhood of the Wolf YouTube again. We have a fun little video for you today. Today I'm joined by Mrs. Wolf. We went out of town this weekend for our nephew's birthday party, and on the way down we stopped at some stores and bookshops and all kinds of stuff, doing a little mini hunt for some of the things we enjoy and collect and stuff at places we don't normally get to regular because they're a little too far out to just go to on a weekly basis. So we're just going to share that stuff with you today. I think we're going to start. So if you don't know this, I don't think I've really talked about it on the podcast or on the YouTube too much. We're really, really big into board games. So a couple months back, probably 6 months back, went kind of like antique thrift store shopping, found some furniture to build our own board game table. And we have, typically on the weekends, we invite friends over and delve into playing different board games. So we've actually amassed a nice little board game collection, and definitely have a bunch that we will pull out with different people just to play them because we really enjoy playing them and we have a lot of fun playing board games. It's a really fun interactive way to spend time with friends and family and stuff like that, and we've really grown to really like it. That being said, let's just hop into it. I don't want the video to be too terribly long, and we actually did pretty good on our little travel hunt, so we're going to share some of the stuff we found with you and just give you a little brief on each thing. Let's start with the board games. You've got some board games by you. Let's start with that. So this one is Santorini. We found this at a board game shop called Games by James. And we hadn't heard of this one before, but when we were looking through the shelves there and stuff, this one looked pretty fun. It's Greek mythology. I really love Greek mythology, so I was kind of sold right away. And the back of it looks really fun. It's just kind of a quick little build game, so I'm sure we'll get competitive with it. And it does have kind of a really easy learning curve. So with nieces and nephews coming over to our house and stuff to play games, this will be a really fun one to pull out and teach them quickly and have fun playing with them. So we grabbed this one. That's Santorini. Next, we have this one. Camel Up, it is called. And it's kind of an Egyptian adventure.
You bet on camels.
You basically are betting on camels.
Camel bookie.
You're a camel bookie. We have a unicorn game that's similar to this, and is a popular game at our house. When we have people over, that's usually one that gets picked. Sorry about the glare, guys, as usual. We'll get better at this as we learn more about YouTube. But yeah, Camel Up looks pretty fun, and I like the art style of the cards and the board and stuff like that. It's fun, and I'm sure we'll be pulling this one out on game night soon and playing that as well. Thirdly was kind of an unexpected one. We typically buy a lot of our games from board game stores, or stores that kind of like specialize in games, tabletop gaming and stuff. This one we actually found at Walmart, and it was relatively cheap. Mrs. Wolf saw it, and she was charmed by it. So it's called Trails, and it's basically you're trying to move your little mushroom guys across the board and avoid the slugs catching up to your mushroom guys and eating them. So it's kind of a strategy, almost like checkers in a way, with slugs and mushrooms. She thought it was really cute. She thought it would be fun for us to play with our nieces and nephews when they're over. And it, again, looks like a really less intricate, easy game to learn and just pop onto the game table and play and enjoy. So we grabbed that one. And lastly, this has actually been a screenshot in my phone since we've had a board game table, and I've never seen it in person at any shop we've gone to. I kind of refused to order it because it was a little bit pricier, and we ran into it at the store yesterday, and I was going to pass it, and I kept walking back to it, and actually another customer like pulled it off the shelf and kind of looked at it, and as soon as they put it back, I went and grabbed it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be so disappointed if we don't grab this, because I've looked at this game for a very, very long time. It's called Court of the Dead. This is going to be a lot more of a intricate, in-depth, more involved game. There's going to be a bigger learning curve. It is really, really aesthetically cool. In my opinion, it's something that really speaks to me aesthetically. We've got lots of different miniatures, and they're very like horror-y, goth kind of god deity type creatures. You've got a really cool player board here. There's, you know, different cards that do different things. There's, you know, you got your different like pieces for, I'm sure, spending on your moves and different things that you got to do. We definitely haven't read the rule book yet on this thing. And there's a pretty good size rule book. So again, there's going to be a big learning curve on it, but it definitely suits the aesthetic of the kind of games that we really like to get involved with, because they kind of transport us to, you know, a whole other world, and we get to just kind of escape reality and be trapped in this whole fantasy realm. And I know our friends that we play games with are going to really be excited about this one too. So Court of the Dead was another one we picked up, and we're pretty excited to pop this out and play it. Alright, let's drop this down so we have some room. Alright, it wouldn't be a Childhood of the Wolf anything without some toys and comic books and such. So, you guys don't get to see Miss Wolf very much, and Miss Wolf isn't a toy collector as much as I am. But Miss Wolf does have nostalgia for some things as well. She does gravitate towards smaller things typically. She does do Nightmare Before Christmas figures, but and Bleach. She very much loves Bleach. But every so often we'll run across some pop vinyls, and they just speak to her on a nostalgia level, and she'll add them to her smallish little pop vinyl collection. So at a GameStop, we found these. Do you want to show off your GameStop vinyls? Yep. She was able to find the whole set. Hold some for you. Of Gummy Bear pop vinyls. She grew up watching this cartoon. She actually has told me a couple times she had a little, like,
this guy.
Gruffy. She had a little small Gruffy toy when she was a kid that she used to always play with. So she saw these, and it was kind of a no-brainer for her to grab the pop vinyl. And it was, the whole set was there, so it was really hard for her to pass.
And they're cute.
And they're cute. So Gruffy was the one you had as a child. Which one is your favorite? Gruffy is your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little plastic guy, and he had the sword out. And he didn't move.
It is a little wood sword.
He didn't move.
He was just a stagnant figure.
There.
There's lots of those.
But I love that.
In the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so then she also ended up grabbing a couple other, well, one more nostalgic popped vinyl that we found at a Target.
Yep.
And it's a con exclusive or something. It's
Target Con.
Target Con exclusive. And this is this is Lord Licorice from Candyland. And it's how he looked in the old artwork.
Similar, yeah.
Pretty similar. And when we were buying this, you told me a story I had never heard.
How I was a little brat.
How you were a little brat? No, that your parents rigged the game so you could always get a certain card because it was your favorite.
Break down.
Because it was your favorite card. But this character actually used to think he was scary, right?
Yeah, he freaked me out.
He used to kind of creep you out, freak you out.
Mm-hmm.
And on the back here, I guess we could show that too. There's a few other characters in the series. And this is
That sounds good.
Jolly is your favorite, but this is the one you always played as a child, right?
Queen. I think that was Princess.
Princess?
It might have been the Queen, but yeah. They don't have it on here.
Okay.
But yeah, he
Cool.
freaked me out.
So another little piece of nostalgia though, like
Mhm.
was what really where that came from.
Always like that.
And you played that game a lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, we just came across in one of our Target runs, a different Target that we stopped at. We came across a couple of pops that I think they just got bought simply out of Cute Factor for Mrs. Wolf. And those are Blue from Jurassic World. Let's see if we can kind of angle it so that we don't get the glare of the plastic. That's the trickiest part about all this, right? So we got Blue. And we've got... Are you going to show them?
I can't say it.
No one can say this.
Take a look.
This thing. It's one of the ram head ones, right?
Yeah.
It's a baby ram head one. I don't know dinosaurs well enough to even attempt that. But
I don't care. I think it's just cute.
But Mrs. Wolf really thought these were cute, and I told her I'd get them for her because she has her little pop vinyl shelf that she has all her nostalgic stuff on, and I figured she really thought these were cute, so we could add a little bit of cute factor to them. And dinos are awesome, so why not? So those are Mrs. Wolf's pop pickups from our haul. Next, let's just really quick get through some of the actual figures that I was able to pick up. Nothing super crazy exciting. I'm happy about grabbing them. But nothing super crazy that people aren't finding, so it's not like we're going to show off some super crazy hard to hunt down stuff. This has a specific purpose. These are the 40th anniversary NECA alien figures. This is Lambert. And to be totally honest with you, I didn't buy this because I have attachment to the character. I do like the Alien series and the movies. I'm actually also looking for the Ripley in her spacesuit in full white because I want to do some astronaut customs, and they have these really cool astronaut bodies, and they come with the removable helmets that are like the dome with the clear plastic, so it's that very stereotypical looking astronaut suits. But I do have some customs planned for these, so I am grabbing a few of these to do those. Then, over the course of a couple of Walmarts, we were able to grab one of the newer waves, if not the newest wave, of Black Series figures hitting shelves. We did see the Lando Calrissian that comes with this wave, and I decided against it. I am a little more particular about my Star Wars Black Series collection. It's mostly Mandalorian, a few of my favorite characters from the main series, and then teams, kind of like I like the Bad Batch, I like the Rebels, so kind of grabbing stuff like that, and then just a few of the peculiar characters that really speak to me is really what I grab. So we've got Arsing, who is I used to read a Clone Wars graphic novel, and she was a big character in that. So I have a little bit of comic book attachment to this character, and so I grabbed that one from this wave. Pretty good. I like the look of it. And then we grabbed Q9 from The Mandalorian, which I do try to grab all the Mandalorian stuff. I really enjoy the show, and I really enjoyed a lot of the characters in it. They were fun. And I have a little Mandalorian shelf being built up, so when I see Mandalorian characters, we grab them. Next, we have... Well, it's finished Mandalorian, I suppose, right? So, this one I was actually excited for. This is Casca Reeves, played by wrestler Sasha Banks. I was super excited for this figure. I really like Sasha Banks' character in the Mandalorian show. I thought she had some really cool action scenes, and it just kind of spoke to me. So I was super excited. I actually this was the only figure I had pre-ordered from this wave, and when we found it, I was able to cancel my pre-order and just take her home with us that day instead of wait for her to come in. So I'm really excited to add this to my Mandalorian shelf, and a really good figure. And last, we added another character to our Bad Batch team. We got Tech. Really cool character. Been watching the show on Disney Plus. Really enjoying it. We have Hunter and Crosshair so far for our Bad Batch shelf. So we're just waiting for Wrecker and Echo. And then we'll have that whole team, and that's probably about all I'll collect from that line. I just want the whole Bad Batch team, and I'll be done with it. Again, super selective with my Black Series. It's too big of a black hole to travel down and start collecting Star Wars. So pretty excited to pick those up right in the stores, and we don't see a lot of Black Series up our way. There's probably a little more hardcore Star Wars collectors in our area than me, so they probably go pretty quick. And then we stopped into a Barnes & Noble. And this particular Barnes & Noble, we get a chance to stop at every handful of months. And every time we go into this Barnes & Noble, Mrs. Wolf, who is very big into her graphic novels, she really likes to grab graphic novels, trade paperbacks of comic series, and she has a particular taste with her books that she likes to read as far as trade paperbacks go. She really likes Image Comics. She really likes Boom and Dark Horse. Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff that they're putting out there really speaks to her, and she really enjoys it.
If it's a certain style, though.
She really likes a certain art style. She really likes a certain vibe, a certain kind of character. So every time we go to this Barnes & Noble, she walks out with a minimum of 5 or 6 new books. The last time we had went there previously, she had an unbelievable stack of stuff for her to bring home and read and be excited about. She just always does really, really well at this particular Barnes. And the story was exactly the same this time. She did really well there yet again. Not as good, but she's able to usually find new series to read that she's interested in. And then she has new series to follow. Mm-hmm. So let's show what you got at Barnes so far.
First ones are from Image.
So these are Image comic publications.
Black Science.
So we got Black Science.
And I don't read the back of them. I just look at the artwork. And if I like it, then I 99% of the time like the book too. Especially with Image because they're my favorite. But Unnatural. This is ridiculous. And Battle Pug. Yup.
So we get the barbarian guy riding a giant pug.
Yup.
An epic tale of blood and drool continues. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Battle Pug.
And then Dark Horse and Boom.
So this is Dark Horse. Is this Dark Horse right here?
That one's Boom.
This one is Boom. This is called Alienated.
And then this one looks sick. No One Left to Fight.
And this one,
the artwork is super cool.
This one, both of us really like the artwork in this one. Called No One Left to Fight. And this is a Dark Horse book. It reminds me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Mm-hmm. It's super vibrant.
Very vibrant, very stylized. Looks really cool. I'm probably going to read this one as well. Mm-hmm. And then we got...
This is a random one.
This is random. So
Insight. But actually her
and it's called Hindsight is the company? Insight is the company, and this is called Harmony. This is actually a hardcover one. Mm-hmm. But again, we opened it up. I showed it to her, opened it up, because I kind of have I definitely have an eye for the art that she likes. And so as she's looking, I'll be looking at random ones and pulling them out and showing her the artwork. I'll page through them really quick to see what kind of panels they have, because I know what she enjoys when she's reading these kind of books. And I showed her this one, and it was just instantly put into the pile.
That's what like 90% of these were.
So this one is kind of a new company for her.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, in a week's time, she'll have read through all of these probably and have her favorites, and we'll be looking for volume 2s and whatever's come out for them beyond what we picked up yesterday. Yeah. So there is part of the haul. We have a second half of the haul, which may or may not be more fun, but before that, a word from the official sponsor of the Childhood of the Wolf Media. And we're back. Go check out PBO Life on Instagram. Click that link. Get yourself some awesome beard and hair care products. You won't regret it. It's awesome stuff. I've used it for years, and
me too.
And so has Mrs. Wolf, and we both very, very much enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So go check it out. All right, last part of the hunt. Obviously, we saved this because, one, it's stuff that's very near and dear to my heart. It's some of my favorite property. And two, I got a special shout out to give that entails these pickups. So we'll start with some of the just random stuff. These have been popping up at Walmart's, and they are like tiki glasses. These ones are little plastic ones. They have screw-off caps and straws that go with them. They're just really fun. They're a little tiki motif. He-Man and Skeletor. And they're relatively affordable, so we grabbed them up. Being the He-Man fan that I am, I was like, oh, those will be really fun just to have. So we grabbed those. And then I was going to pass on this, but Mrs. Wolf thought we definitely needed to have these as well. They are, let me let her open it, little ceramic tikis.
Like shot glasses.
They're almost like shot glasses. We don't really do shots, but they're really cute. They're really fun. And you've got He-Man, Battle Cat, Beastman, and Skeletor here. They're really actually nice. They've just got a lot of charm. They're actually ceramic. The sculpt in them is really fun. And of course they're He-Man, so we had to have them. I try to, anything that I can grab out in stores and stuff that's He-Man, I typically have an almost impossible time passing. So we grabbed them, and I have no regrets about it. I think they're really fun, and we'll find a use for them one way or another. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into some figures. These are not going to be that exciting because they have been out for a while. We just haven't had them at any of our local stores, and we were able to find them. And these two particular figures are actually, we found these at Target, and they've been there for a while. I believe they're Target exclusive. And they were actually clearance. They were actually cheaper than standard price. And I'm just now noticing this. They're actually unpunched.
Nice.
So we have the Masters of the Universe Origins Battle Armor He-Man. And I'm really excited for this one because we've got the more traditional vintage He-Man head packed into that one. And we also were able to get the Masters of the Universe Origins Battle Armor Skeletor. And another one that's unpunched. And both on clearance. I'm not necessarily a mint on card collector. Unfortunately, these are unpunched, so maybe these will be. I don't know. I like to take my action figures out and play with them and enjoy them. But to get lucky and find a couple of these down the road at clearance, unpunched, maybe they'll stay unpunched. I don't know. We'll see. And then last, we got a big shout out These are figures that I've not been able to find anywhere at retail. No matter where we've gone to find them. They are definitely ones that I wanted to add to my collection. We've looked for them. We've done research to try to track them down, UPCs, DPCIs, all that stuff that all you toy hunters out there know about. They were pre-orderable, but I've been trying to just collect my origins way of finding them out in the wild. So my brother-in-law and sister live in a little bit bigger city than we do, and as I understand the story goes, my brother-in-law was in the store. He saw him sitting on top of the shelf, kind of stashed to the back. He had assumed that someone was stashing them. He grabbed them to see what they were, realized what they were, and immediately purchased them, assuming that I didn't have them yet. And he ended up being correct. He actually found these several months back and has been hanging on to them until we were able to come down and visit. And so he gave these to me. So big shout out to my brother-in-law for these. We have the Masters of the Universe Origins wave with many faces. Trapjaw. Orko, which I think this Orko figure looks fantastic. I'm really excited about this Orko figure. And the very elusive, and actually people were going nuts about this, Scareglow, which I'm really excited about. I know he's been one of the harder origin figures to find thus far. So really excited to, this whole wave is awesome. I'm really excited about the whole wave, but he's one that I know is really hard to get. So I'm really excited that we're able to just have someone find him in a store and pick him up right off the shelf in the wild. That's really fun. So thank you to him for grabbing those. And of course, thank you to my awesome sister, who is the best.
Who's the coolest person we know.
The coolest person we know, for making sure that her husband knows that if he sees He-Man toys in the wild, that he has to check with her or just purchase them.
And for blessing Jeff with the best childhood for being her brother.
Yeah, all those things. That wasn't, we weren't told to say any of those things at all. So thank you to them for adding these awesome figures to my collection. We truly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We love you. All right, well, that is the entirety of our weekend games and comics and toys. It was a really fun weekend. We had fun at the birthday party. We had fun getting out of town a little bit, taking a little road trip, checking out some stores, some new scenery that we haven't seen in a while. You know, with the past year and a half being kind of lockdowny and not being able to do some of this kind of stuff, it was kind of nice to get out there and hunt some other stores and see some people we haven't been able to see in a long time. Beyond that, that's all we got for you today. Just a little video sharing the fun we had on the weekend, getting to hunt, getting to actually find some cool stuff that we're going to enjoy. Beyond that, from Childhood of the Wolf podcast, YouTube, I guess, from Mrs. Wolf and myself, have a wonderful week, and hopefully we'll have some more stuff for you guys to watch or listen to soon.